First got there, we were actually bow hunting the first couple of days up on a little oak ridge, and we'd seen several does coming through, seen a lot of deer, just not seeing any bucks. Saw one small buck. On our third day, we asked to move somewhere else because of the hot weather. Just had a wild guess that maybe those deer are staying down in those bottoms a little more where it's cooler and working down into those bottoms. So on the third day, we moved to a different stand, and we actually weren't able to archery hunt that day. We had to hunt with a rifle. So we got in that stand in the morning, got set up before daylight. There was deer activity before daylight. It had deer blowing, running around. There was just deer everywhere in there. We were hearing them long before we could see them. And as daylight broke, we were seeing deer all over the place. I guess it was around 7:30. Looked up on the hill where some small pines were and had a buck coming down. Of course, this is mid-August, so the bucks are still in full velvet. Had a nice, either a big 6-point, maybe an 8-point. Came down off the hill, got about 60, 70 yards from us, looked dead at us and busted us and took off running. Looked back up the hill behind him, and there was another buck, a much bigger buck.
Yes. Shoot.
Like I said before, the past couple of days we had been set up in a spot bow hunting. We left our camera arm up there in that stand, and when we came down to hunt this stand that morning, we didn't have the camera arm. So my cameraman Dave, he was freehanding it. So when I pulled the trigger, it kind of went haywire from there. The camera jumps around a little bit, and I don't know if he said shoot, but I don't think he was ready for me to pull the trigger.
We got our buck down. We've let him lay for a little while. I saw him go down. We wanted to give him a few minutes. We'll walk over now, see if we can find him.
We had a lot of deer coming in this morning. It's around 7 o'clock. We had a nice little buck come off the hill, came straight down to us, and he busted us. He looked dead at us and took off running. We spotted this buck back up in these short pines. He was milling around behind the other buck, and he finally came on down and got in the open. We get a good shot on him, and here we are. It's a great buck. We've been seeing deer every time we get in the stand, been seeing bucks. We finally got the big one.